All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rechak I want to give double honors to my apostles and elders at Great Millstone who do roll and teach well. And I want to give a peace and salutations to all you Akim out there pushing this truth across the four winds so we can seal the elect and make it to the kingdom. All right, it's the brother Yerah, Lord willing, coming back to you through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, to feed the body and edify the sheep in all spirit, faith, truth, sincerity, and doctrine. All right, prophecy watch. It's prophecy watch. All right. This is a segment that I was doing through the spirit here and there, but definitely want to get locked back in and get back in it, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemi Shai. All right, because there's a lot of things that are going on, right? So I have 4 topics here, all relatable to prophecy. Okay. So let's get into it. And Lord willing, this is edifying to the body and it feed the sheep through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Excuse me. All right. So the first thing is the one on the top here we'll deal with. All right. This is from RT News and it reads, food security outlook alarming, the UN says. Okay. Food security. Okay. This is something that people, especially here in Babylon the Great, aka America, all right, take for granted every day. Okay, the food security. Okay, the security of your food, your meals, your daily bread. Okay, all right, is at an alarming risk. Okay, of not being available. Okay, we've heard all of these different articles and different news about these different food stations and food buildings being mysteriously caught on fire, right? I'll let you decide with that, right? But we already know what that is, man. All right, whether it's whether this food shortage that's coming or this famine, as the scriptures say it is, whether this famine is being orchestrated, by the devil himself, okay, the nation of Edom, okay, the higher ups, the elite banking families, all right, the red hats, all right, as Kanye calls them, all right. Even if it's being orchestrated by them, it's still ultimately being orchestrated by the Heavenly Father Yahweh, all right, through His Son Yahweh Shai, all right. So it's all in the spirit, man, all right, and it's prophecy, okay. So it says food security outlook alarming, the UN says. It says the cost of imports will continue to soar across the globe. Okay, so you see UN there, which is the United Nations. Okay, so you're thinking of like the European nations and things like that. It's not just talking about over there in Europe. It's talking about globally. Okay, especially here in America, man, because you Americans are the only ones, all right, that aren't prepared for what's coming, man. Okay, aren't prepared for what's coming, man. All right, you're the most distracted in folly and life goals, as they say. All right, but this is what's going on in the world, man. Okay, let's read a little bit of it. Okay, at the top here it says the world food import bill is estimated to rise to 1.94 trillion this year. All right, higher than previously expected, according to the UN Food and Agriculture Organization. All right, FAO. All right, it says in its latest report released on Friday. All right, the FAO, okay, said this would mark an all-time high and a 10% increase over the record level of 2021. Okay, so it's increased by 10%, okay, since last year, okay? It says, although the pace of the increase is expected to slow, right? It's expected to slow, right? But it's not, all right? Famine is still coming, all right? It says, in response to higher world food prices, the currencies depreciating, right? Like the dollar, right? The dollar is depreciating quickly. Okay, it's hasting in its depreciation. All right, it says against the U.S. dollar, both weigh on the purchasing of power, so like the purchasing power of importing countries and subsequently on the volumes of imported food, it said. All right. The report noted that economically vulnerable countries are being more affected by the higher prices, like the countries in the the mid Americas, right, and South America, right. But then you also have countries over there in the what is that? The UN or the EU, the European nations, right, being affected by this, all right, and a few other places, all right. So, but mainly here in America, man, all right. You U.S. citizens, man, are going to be heavily affected by this famine that's coming, man. Okay. Let me read this last little quotation right here. It says these are alarming signs from a food security perspective, indicating importers are finding it difficult to finance rising international costs, potentially heralding an end of their resilience to higher international prices. Okay, so this pretty much saying it's imminent. Okay, that your food prices are going to rise. All right. You see, not only will the food prices rise, but why does the price of something increase in value when there's less of it? You see, let me say that again. Why does the price of something increase in value when there is little to nothing left of it? Okay, and that's going to be your food. Okay, so that's one topic. And let's go right here. I thought this was interesting. Okay, also from RT News. This is the headline reads, Trump's rivals are told to be ready for war. Trump's rivals, all right, told to be ready for war, the media says. Okay. And at the bottom it says the former President Donald Trump, right, is expected to announce his candidacy for the 2024 election within days. Okay, so he's jumping in the ring again to try to run for office. Okay, in 2024. All right, is he gonna make it to the office? If you ask me and fellow Akim, we don't believe so. Right, this guy has already been ostracized by the red hats. Right, as Kanye says. Right, or the small hats. The ish people. Okay, you see, he has a lot of accusations against him, right? So, nah, they're not gonna let him back in office. Plus, they already turned half the country, which is the United States, against this guy. They're not gonna vote for him, you know. So, but he has a strong following. All right, let's keep that in mind. All right. You have hardcore Americans that still believe in the Constitution. They still believe in the, that they have rights, you see, and et cetera, all right, to be in this country, all right? They're proud to be Americans, okay? Those are the people, all right, that are strong supporters of this guy here, Donald Trump, you see? And guess what? A lot of them are what? Ex-military, all right? And et cetera, man, all right? So let's read a little bit into this. All right, it says potential competitors for the Republican Party presidential nominations should be ready for war. Now, why would they put that in the headlines, man? It ain't talking about, see, what they want you to think is that they're just hyping up the campaign, right? Oh, be ready for war because Donald Trump is going to run for office. He's going to throw his hat back into the ring or whatever, and he's coming out. And we're going to fight to get back into the White Office. That's what he means by ready for war. Nah. Like I mentioned earlier, man, all right? They're not going to let him back in office, man, okay? And guess what that's going to do? That's going to upset a lot of his or all of his core supporters, man, all right? Which, like I mentioned earlier, are ex-military, hardcore, Bible thumping, right? Christian Americans, man, okay? That still believe in America. All right. You see, now what is that going to cause if he doesn't get in office? It's going to cause a war right here in America. You see? All right. Because the Lord is bringing division as it is written in the scriptures. OK. All right. think not that I've come to bring peace, all right, but a sword. You see? That's what the Lord said in the scriptures, man. All right. So, I believe through the Spirit, I could be wrong, but I believe through the Spirit, all right, that this is going to bring a sedition among men, all right, as it is written. You see? Let me finish reading a little bit of this. It says, an advisor to Donald Trump has reportedly warned, all right, to be ready for war, right? As the former president is set to announce his candidacy for the 2024 election next week. All right. And this is what the guy said. OK, representative of Donald Trump. It said, I would expect Trump to come out swinging Tuesday. See, that's what they want you to think. Right. An unnamed advisor told the Daily Beast, in the beast system. But anyway, it says on Friday, Trump had recently fueled speculation about his ambitions by pledging to make a very big announcement on November 15th. The person claimed that since he eviscerated 16 contenders in 2016, Trump has kept the entire party in check through fear, warning that anyone thinking of running should be prepared for a fight. Yeah. It's going to be a fight in the land of Babylon, okay? It's not going to be a fight to the White House, man, okay? Like I said, that's what I believe through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, all right? So let's continue. We're going to get to that in a minute, but let's get to this, all right? I thought this was very, very interesting, okay? Let's see, right here. Check this out.
It is almost unbelievable, but the world's first VR headset that literally kills you if you die in the game has just been created. The man who invented it, Palmer Luckey, is a leader in VR, a government contractor, and the creator of Meta's Oculus headset. So this is the real deal. The headset is hooked up to 3 explosive charge modules that sit above the screen. The charges are aimed directly at the user's forebrain, and should they go off, would obliterate the head of the user. He said he created it because only the threat of serious consequences can make the game feel real to you and every other person in the game. He even says that he wants to work on an anti-tampering model that cannot be removed or destroyed. So if you decide to put it on, there is no bloody going back. Thankfully, this headset is not commercially available yet.
Yeah, yet. Right? The guy says yet. It's not available yet. But here you have this guy that has a government contract. Let me get him back on the screen here. Let's see. There he is right there at the top. Okay, let's zoom. Can we zoom in? No, we cannot. Okay, all good. So there's a guy at the top there. Okay, he invented this VR, all right, headset. Okay, virtual reality. That's what VR means. Okay, headset. All right, that allows you to play your favorite video game. Okay, or maybe a special game that this guy has connected to the actual VR headset. Right. Where that if you actually die in the game, you die in real life. Now, why would they create such a game like that? Like really think to yourself. Now, this is a guy, like he said, let's go back to the list. All right. Let's go to this list here. Okay. As you can see on the screen, it says he is a leader, the guy at the top. All right. He is a leader in virtual reality. Right. So he sits at the top. It says he has a government contract. He has a contract with the government. Why would he make such a VR headset where that if you die in the game, you actually die in real life? Why would he do that? Why would they even play with that idea? I'll get to the connection in a minute. And the third one, it says he is the creator of Oculus, all right, VR headsets. Okay, so. The reason why I wanted to bring this up and bring this out, it is because through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, number one, the scripture says what? We are not ignorant to Satan's devices, okay? And this is literally a device right here, right? But what's also a device that I believe through the Spirit connects with this? The MOTB, all right? The Charagma, all right? The RFID microchip, okay? You see, because look, that's gonna, even though it's here, it's still being sharpened, it's still being perfected, right? So of course they will have guys like this that have a government contract. All right. Oh no, he's just making VR headsets. Yeah, VR headsets that if you die in the game or in in the VR experience that you can actually be killed. Okay. Let's go back to that VR headset. Okay. Because as you can see, or at the top there, where that red arrow is pointing, that's the actual VR headset, okay, that he actually created, okay. And as you can see at the top, you see those like three little horns at the top, all right. Those are explosive devices, man, aimed right at your forehead, man. Now, why would they make like such a device? Could it be that, if you get this Karagma, all right, this RFID microchip, all right, that if you, let's say your social credit score gets too low, right? Go look that up, social credit score, okay? Because that's coming to America as well. All right, let's say if your social credit score gets too low and they deem you, hey, you're not fit for society, could they possibly blow up the chip or just execute you? They can always find you. They have a chip in you, right? So, hey, that could be the case. That could definitely be the case, man. Okay. Matter of fact, let's get this. Because people might say, "Oh, hey, that's a little stretch there, right?" I wouldn't say that's a stretch, right? Well, let's get it in the Book of Revelation, all right, chapter 13, Salakia, all right, and let's get verse 15, okay? So because this talks about that charagma, okay, that mark, all right, that MOTB, all right, and it reads at the top there. It says, "And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, all right, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed." See? So hey, if you decide to go against the image of the beast, which is the system, right? You see, they already plan on bringing in a new system. All right, Biden already signed off on it. A new CBDC, a current, it's like a crypto. What is it? Crypto. It's like a CBDC. A digital. Damn, Salakia. It's like a digital. It's a digital currency. Salakia. I forgot what the acronyms mean. Salakia. All right. They're already bringing in this different image. Okay. All right. They're about to change everything up. And if you don't get down with the get down, guess what? You're going to be killed. Now let's get. I'm curious to see what the different translations say about that. Same book, same chapter, same verse. NIV. Okay. It says the second beast was given power to give breath unto the image of the first beast, all right, which we know that beast is who? It was the Roman Empire, okay? And what you're seeing right now and what you have been living in is the Roman Empire all over again, okay? It says, so that the image could speak and cause all who refuse to worship the image to be killed, okay? The NKJV. He was granted power to give, and who is that he? All right. Number one, who is that he? That's Esau Edom, man. Okay. The wicked. All right. Who the earth has been given over into the hands of. Okay. To rule. He's been ruling. All right. The so-called white man, woman, and child, the elite banking families. Okay. That top 1%, or what Jake calls back in the day they called him the man. Right. The man. We got to go against the man. Right. Jake doesn't have that courage anymore, but the prophets do. So continue reading. It says he was granted power to give breath. All right, and breath is life, by the way. Okay. Whenever you read in the scriptures and you see that word breath, okay, a lot of times it's talking about life. Okay, the breath of life. All right. Back in Genesis, all right, the Lord breathed breath. All right, into who? Adam. All right, giving him the spirit. All right. Of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. The same as we have today, brethren. All right. And you few sisters. All right. The image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause as many as would not worship the image of the beast to be killed. Okay. NLT. Let's read this last one. He was then permitted to give life to his statue. To this statue, so that it could speak, Then the statue, or the image, right, of the beast commanded that anyone refusing to worship it must die. See, must die. All right, just like that VR headset, man. Okay, so I'm gonna get this last one, and then we'll get right into the scriptures. All right, Lord willing, this is edifying. All right, so this is a website that I just found. I just stumbled upon. So, Lockie, let me get this out the way if I can. Can I get it out the way? Are you gonna be a demon? Yes, they are. Okay, cool. Let's try to read past this. Come on, man. All right, the audio by Shemel Shai. So this is from the website. Like I said, I just came across it. All right, through the Spirit. It's called War News 24/7. This would be a good website for brethren. All right, also doing the work of the Lord. It's called War News 24/7. Just type it in your Google and go to it and save it. Okay, they have a lot of good news on war, the world war, by the way. But the header reads NATO, right, which is the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. Okay, all of those different countries, including America, by the way. All right, it says / Polish or Poland, all right, and Russian forces clash in Ukraine. You see, first land clash in history, and missed Russian opportunity. Okay, but let's focus on that because it says first land clash in history. Now, why is something like this, that's so first, right, or so new, right? Why is it happening now? Because we're at the end. Because it lines up with prophecy, man. Okay, let me get this really, really quickly. All right, I had it on screen, but let's go back to it right here. Book of Revelation, chapter 11 and verse 14, and it reads, all right, it's simple. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. Okay, what is that woe? It's talking about war. Okay, it says the second war. All right, we had what? We had World War I, World War II, right, which is what it's talking about here, the second woe, and now we're gonna have World War III. All right, and it says it cometh quickly. I'm curious to see what the translation says. Let's say same book, same chapter, same verse. All right, NIV, it says the second woe has passed, the third woe coming soon. All right, second woe is past. I'm curious to see if it says war. The second terror is past, right, NLT. But look, the third terror is coming quickly. Yeah, it is. Let's see. I'm just curious to see if it says war. All right. Nah. But we know that woe is war. Let's go into the actual word. All right. This is what a lot of you Christians and so-called Israelites fail to do. Go into the word so you can get the full meaning. All right. The full breakdown. All right. It says woe right there. Okay. You see the Greek word there. All right. Woe. It says alas, woe. All right. Is it a? It says a primary inclination of grief. Okay, see, that's what it's talking about, man. Grief. All right. Let's see. Woe. Yeah. So grief, woe. All right. So that goes back to war. Okay, because the second woe, like it says, the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. Okay, and there's tons of other scriptures, all right, in the scriptures which speaks about World War III. You see, coming. All right, and this will be the last war. There will be no wars after this, man. Okay, why? Because the righteous will be in authority. All right, our Lord and Savior, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus, Yahweh Shai. All right, his real name is Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Shai. All right, will be in rulership also with King David. Yes, King David is returning. Okay, whether you want to believe it or not. Okay, it's true. It's damn true. In the words of Kurt Angle. All right. Anyway, let's get back to this article, Salakia. Let's get back to this article a little. I just want to read a little bit of it, just a little bit. All right. NATO, Polish, and Russian forces clash in Ukraine. First land clash in history. All right. And this is actually happening, man. All right. This is not what you're going to hear on your United States news. All right. Your media. Okay. You got to go search these things out, or you can just simply come to the men of the Lord. All right, let's read a little bit of it. It says the first convert or covert, Salakia, conflict between NATO and Russia, it's like Russian forces, all right, is recorded in what is that? Kherson, Salakia, if I'm mispronouncing that. It says in other regions of Ukraine, as numerous Russian sources testify. Okay, so they're actually over there, man. They're saying, hey, look, man, the UN and Poland, is over there. So like the NATO forces and the Poland forces, which Poland is a part of, NATO. So the NATO forces over there attacking us, man. It says the Russians are not simply talking about mercenaries, but about a regular army of foreign countries and mainly Poland equipped, all right, with NATO weapons. See? And then there's supposed to be a video here, but hey. It says Ukraine forces were spotted massing dozens of VAB, FV-103, Spartan, Husky, yeah, okay. A whole bunch of weapons, okay? All right. But hey, look, I want to read this here, okay? Right here in the quotation, it says, officially, they are all members of the International Legion of the Ukraine Armed Forces, okay? So these, NATO countries and these NATO soldiers have joined with the Ukraine, all right, the Ukrainian soldiers to fight against Russia. All right, first time in history, man. All right, first time in history, man. Why is these things happening? Because it's prophecy. You see, it's prophecy, man. All right. I think that's all the articles that I had. So let's just get to a few scriptures and then we'll just close it out. Okay. So first and foremost, all right, that's cool. I lost it. Matthew 24. All right. Matter of fact, let me read. It says Matthew 24. So this is when the Lord's disciples, all right, came to Yahushua, all right, and asked him a question. Okay. Salakia, let me see. Right here. All right, Salakia. All right, it's the book of Matthew, St. Matthew chapter 24, verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, Yahushua, all right, the disciples came unto him privately, all right, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? All right, the prophecies, man. And what shall be the sign of thy coming? See, this is how we know that the Lord is about to make his great second coming, okay? His marvelous return, all right? It says, and of the end of the world. See that? And of the end of the world. So what are going to be the signs? They was asking Yahushua, hey, what's going to be the signs, all right, of your return and the end of the world? Now, you think they was talking about the end of, like the world is going to be blown up to smithereens and uninhabitable? It's like an uninhabitable? No. They were talking about the world being the end of the world because they understood the scriptures, okay? As it is written, all right? Jacob, so like Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, okay? The Israelites are going to be in rulership. It's going to pass from the hands of, this pale, red devil, okay? Which is Esau, Edom, these Edomites, because you see what's happening in, under their rulership, all right? You see, death. Just mass death. And it's going to be passed, that rulership is of the world is going to be passed to the hands of Jacob, or Israelites. Okay, the Israel. Okay, it's like the Israelites. All right, continue reading. So this is what Yahushua replied. Okay, so I'm just going to skip down to the point. All right, verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, all right, famines and pestilences, and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. So the Lord is giving them a checklist, okay? Hey, look, when this happens, and this happens, and this happens, and this happens, then behold, I cometh quickly, okay? So I'm curious to see what the, and that's red letter, by the way. So I'm curious to see what the translation comparison says. We use these sometimes, right? But the more accurate one is the KJV, the King James Version. But same book, same chapter, same verse, all right? The NIV version. It says, nation will rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. there will be famines and earthquakes in various places. All right. And we're seeing that, man. All right. You're not just getting, earthquakes. You're getting, history making earthquakes. Okay. 7.6 or magnitude earthquake, a 10.8 magnitude earthquake, 9.6, you see. It says, for nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, and there will be famines and pestilences and earthquakes, all right, in various places. NLT, all right. A nation will go to war against nation. Now, did we not just read that? Did we not just read that here? Okay, on War News 24/7, NATO, all right, Polish and Russian forces clash. They're going to war in the Ukraine. First land clash in history. You see, that's what's happening. You see, so that's a sign that Yahweh Shai is about to make his great return. All right. Also, it says here, let's go back to the regular one. All right, the original. It says, for nation shall rise up against nation, so like it shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. Well, we're seeing that, all right? Which is going to bring in what? World War III. It says, and there shall be famines. What is a famine? Let's go to the word famine, all right? Just for edification's sake, for the, the newbies, all right? Or the Salaki, I forgot the term for it in the scriptures, all right? It says famines, all right? The Greek word lamos, all right? And what does it say? It says scarcity of harvest. Scarcity of harvest. Doesn't that sound familiar? Let's go back. Let's go back. Right here. Let's go back. Right there. Food scarcity. It's like a food security outlook alarming. It's scarce. All right? Scarce, man. Famine. Okay? Lack of bread, man. Let's go into the root word right quick. All right, famine, to leave behind, forsake, to forsake. Okay. Yeah. To lack in what? Food. Okay. Let's go back because I want to get those other words. Salakia. Bear with me. So we know what a famine is. All right. It's a lack of bread. All right. It's a lack of food. Matter of fact. Well, we'll get that in a minute. So pestilence, okay? You see the Greek word there. What does pestilence mean? Okay, a pestilence, plague. You know what a plague is, right? Well, it's what previously shut the world down in 2020. I'll just say that, all right? You know what I'm talking about, all right? But then there's going to be many, many, many more, all right? You see? And they're going to be worse than the previous one, you see? You notice it says pestilences, okay? Let's go back. Pestilence, right? What else? So a lack of food, all right? Diseases, which is pestilence. All right, earthquakes. We know where earthquakes are in diverse places, all right? And we're seeing earthquakes in places that we've never seen earthquakes in, okay? And not just regular earthquakes, but look, life-altering earthquakes, okay? So this is 2nd Esdras, chapter 15. Let's go right to the point. Let's see. Let's start here. Verse 14, and it reads, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. It's talking about you people, man. Especially you people here in America, man. For the sword, Esau, Edom, that is the Lord's sword. They are the Lord's sword, all right? Or a punishing stick, all right, for the nation of Israel, all right? You so-called blacks, Latinos, Native and Seminole Indians. That's why our people get shot down in the streets all the time, all right? That's why our people get crucified all the time, all right? In the media, whether it's their image or literally crucified. It says, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. Yeah, they're gonna implement martial law, right? And you're gonna see a whole bunch of troops, man, just come down your neighborhood, man, all right? And they're taking no prisoners, all right? And if they do take you in prisoners, it's like it. And if they do throw you in prisons, excuse me, they're gonna throw you into what? Those concentration camps, man. All right, it says, and one people shall stand and fight against another. What does that sound like? That sounds like a what? Let's go back to it. That's what we brought up right here. All right. Trump's rivals could, that's like a told to be ready for war, right? Which like I mentioned earlier, man, hey, look, they're trying to disguise it as if, he's gonna fight his way back into the White House. No, he's never gonna get back into the White House. All right. And his supporters, all right, those hardcore Americans, ex-military and everything, right? Hardcore Christians, right? They're gonna be pissed off about that, and that's what's gonna bring in that sedition again, sedition of men. All right. One people shall stand and fight against another, and swords in their hands. The modern day sword for these people are what? The guns. Okay. They're not gonna have actual swords out there clinging and clanking. No, they're gonna be shooting at each other, man. Verse 16. For there shall be sedition among men. Sedition among men. See, sedition. For edification's sake, let's go into that word. Sedition. Okay. Let's see. Sedition. Yep. Sedition. What is the definition of sedition? It says to conduct or speech inciting people to rebel against the authority of a state or monarch. If these people, these Trump supporters, if they're, or these hardcore Americans, right, who still believe in America, if their candidate doesn't get to the office, you don't think that they will incite people to rebel against the authority of a state or monarch? Well, we already saw what happened on January 1st. What was that? January 1st last year? Yeah. January 8th, Salakia. January 8th. There you go. Let's get back to the scriptures. It says, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. Why? They shall not regard their kings nor princes. Well, the modern day kings and princes, all right, are the ones in authority, which is who? Your presidents, your leaders, your mayors, your governors, right, and et cetera, et cetera. They're not going to care about that. They're not going to care about them. All right. You seen what's the chick name? Which a lot of people don't believe that happened, all right? But, hey, as it is written, it's going to happen. Was it something Pelosi? I forgot her name, but I forgot her first name, but Pelosi, all right? One of the House speakers. Her husband got attacked, right? Took a blow to the head, right? That was just a taste, man, of what's coming, man. These people are going to rebel against their authority figures, their kings and their princes. All right. It says, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. All right. See, verse 17, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Yeah, they're going to close off those FEMA regions. Look that up. All right. The 10 FEMA regions. OK. It says, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed. All right. And men shall be afraid. Yeah, man, it's going to be terroristic out here, man. OK. But hey, man, look, that's going to be the punishment for you people, man. Okay. I'm going to get one more scripture right after this. Verse 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword. Right. Ain't going to be no love. Ain't going to be no, well, let's stick together and survive. No, man. People are going to be thinking about themselves and their, intermediate families. OK. Their wives, their children. Right. Probably even their damn dog. OK. Over you and your dog, okay? It says, and spoil their goods. Why? Why are they going to be doing all of this? Because of the lack of bread. The famine, which is the article that we just read, okay? Which is the prophecy that we also just read in Matthew 24, right? And for great tribulation, man. There's going to be a lot of tribulation out here. Let's get that word tribulation right quick. What does tribulation mean? All right, Salakia, if you still with me, Thawadi Bashimi Al Shai. All right, and Lord willing, this is edifying. Tribulation, it says a cause of great trouble or suffering. See that? A cause of great trouble or suffering. All right. You see, they're gonna be. Look, you people are gonna be suffering, man. All right. These people that still believe in America and still believe in the world and this society, man, they're gonna be suffering out here, man. All right. And they're going to be desperate to heal themselves, right? To get by day to day, to eat, to survive, right? And they're not going to have any pity on the next man and woman and child. All right. But all of this is a punishment from the Lord. I think it was let's try chapter 8 and verse 50. Let's see. Yep. Second Ezra chapter 8 and verse 50. And then we'll close it out with this. For many great miseries, right? Sounds like tribulation, doesn't it? For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time, are we in the last days, the latter time? Absolutely. Shall dwell in the world. It's talking about all you people, man. You see? Why? It says, because they have walked in great pride, man. All right? Great pride. See? And you people are very prideful, man. All right? You see? Especially 2/3 of the nation of Israel, man. You so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native and Seminole Indians. Our people have always rebelled against the Lord. All right? And continue to rebel against the Lord, man. Okay? And even in these latter times, man, they're filled with great pride, man. But that's why that great tribulation is going to come upon you. All right. Zechariah 13 and 8. All right. 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die. See? But the third, the elect of our people, all right, the small remnant, you see, shall be left therein, man. We're gonna be the ones that receive salvation, man. All right. So I'm gonna end it there. Lord willing, this is edifying to the body and it fed the sheep through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha Kwadash, Shalom, and Abba Babal.